Hello, and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News Channel. Today, we're actually going to talk about several topics. The main one is analyzing Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP distribution comparison and what the weaknesses of each coin are. And this is just going to be a summary. If you want the full analysis, you got to watch the live stream. We're going to have an answer the question, have altcoins actually hit a floor? And we'll have some more NPXS details because someone corrected me about PunDX. Actually, we're going to start with the PunDX stuff. So PunDX actually asked Binance to remove the NPXS BTC pair. It's not actually because Binance saw there was no liquidity. It's because they asked Binance to remove the pair. I thought that was weird because there was still 24, 25 Bitcoins of volume on that pair each day. They supposedly did it because people were shorting NPXS or something like that, and they wanted some kind of price stability so it wouldn't go into oblivion. And if that is the case, I'm fine with that. And people said that pair will actually be back. In terms of the BTC, ETH, and XRP coin distribution, if you analyze the coin distribution, and there's actually an article on Crypto Slate, I will actually link the article in the description of this video. If you really analyze it, the analysis says Ethereum is the best distributed out of the three coins, and XRP is the most concentrated. Bitcoin actually shows the most amount of daily action, mainly because it's Bitcoin. Obviously, we already knew that Bitcoin has like $100 million in terms of transactions per day of non-speculative transactions, which means people are actually using Bitcoin to buy stuff. So we already knew all of that. The thing is, the weaknesses of these arguments is the risk for the three coins is what I'm going to actually read off right now. So for Bitcoin, the risk of Bitcoin is large amounts of wealth concentration allows whales to manipulate the markets, but that's true for every coin. However, Bitcoin's main problem is actually not the large amounts of wealth concentration on whales. It's actually the mining pool power, and that's all located in one geographic region. So that is the risk with Bitcoin. And it actually says here that less liquid coins such as ETH and XRP are at an even greater risk of manipulation. However, since ETH and XRP don't control the entire market, the potential profit from such behavior is constrained. So people have a lot more incentive to manipulate Bitcoin than ETH or XRP. So they also said, like what I said, that wealth concentration may not be Bitcoin's main risk. Something like mining concentration could act as an even greater point of failure for the network. So for Ethereum, they're going to proof of stake in 2.0. The issue with proof of stake is that the people who have the most coins directly have the most governance in terms of controlling the protocol. And this is made even worse by the fact that not all the coin holders will actually vote, which means the big coin holders that do vote have even much more magnified power than people actually think. And this has actually been demonstrated by EOS and Tron. So ETH, if it can't get participation, it risks being dominated by a few big stakeholders. So that's the big risk for Ethereum. For XRP, there's other concerns. There's a lot of big token holders for Ripple, and they actually hold a larger percent of XRP than a lot of the Bitcoin or Ethereum whales. And a lot of the large token holders aren't Ripple, and they don't have the self-imposed restrictions of dumping X at a time. Now, Jed does have those restrictions. He only dump like 700,000-800,000 a day or something like that, and he's constantly doing that. But some of these big token holders don't have that agreement, and any of those dumps can have a fairly large effect on the market for the price of XRP coin. So look at this. Look at these charts if you have to, and really understand where the strengths and weaknesses of each coin are in terms of distribution. No coin is really decentralized in terms of distribution. They're all centralized in terms of distribution. But for a pre-mined coin, that problem is going to be exacerbated because basically you mine all the coins and then you give them to yourself. So you're starting out with 100% of the coins and you're slowly distributing throughout time. For Bitcoin, like I said, the pooled mining power, and for Ethereum, staking provides its own problems in terms of governance. So that's the roundup of these three coins, and I will put the link in the description. Feel free to look at that. You should really look at that if you don't understand it. So the other thing is that have altcoins hit a floor? The answer is kind of yes if Bitcoin keeps falling, and only with respect to Bitcoin. Now, they really haven't hit a floor if you're not talking about with respect to Bitcoin, because with respect to USD, they just follow Bitcoin, but when Bitcoin dips, they're actually not losing Satoshi value anymore for most of the coins. So when Bitcoin actually goes down, a lot of them actually start gaining Satoshi value. But when Bitcoin goes up, they actually lose Satoshi value and gain USD value because everything's coming up with Bitcoin, but they don't go up quite as good as Bitcoin. So the thing is, if Bitcoin suddenly bolts to like 16K by October or by the end of this month, I believe that Bitcoin dominance will rise to way above 70%. Because a lot of the altcoins won't have caught up. And that's when I think when you actually want to diversify away from Bitcoin into more altcoins, because the altcoins will eventually catch up when Bitcoin hits like a certain high. So that's my opinion on have altcoins hit a floor. If you're looking for a Satoshi value, when Bitcoin dips, the Satoshi value actually rises. When Bitcoin rises, the Satoshi value actually dips. But overall, like the USD value moves in the other direction. So it's kind of a hard trading scheme if you want to trade between Bitcoins and altcoins at this point. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think in the comments, like and subscribe, and join me tomorrow on my daily streams. Thank you and have a nice day.